Oi lemon kłcp apenada skalhal lemon kuch ulus tahaykata. Isquis charis kuntul katuk kinut kuntul flash minik kuntul lal tumkulau push kun limp kun skich apenada skalhal. Lemon ya sweet. Lemon ti swini sokolum yati sokin tichen. My name is Jordan Coble. I'm really grateful to be here. I'm grateful that you've all arrived and that we're arrived in this way together. I'm from this land here, across the way, but this is all of our territory here as Okanagan people. I'm going to say a few words in my language. I'm going to do my best to provide a prayer on behalf of our nation here, on behalf of the fish that we're going to release and the future generations that will benefit from these medicines that we're putting back into the river, back into the creek. I'm going to ask to just remove your hats for a moment. Hopefully the mosquitoes won't eat your head too much. Oh, sure. So before we start the prayer, I just want to create a little more awareness. So where you're at right now is referred to in our language as Syilx. Syilx is where we'd have our winter villages along this creek here, all the way from the mouth of the creek all the way up to the hills. There's our winter village and our permanent settlement here as Okanagan people. Mission Creek itself has always been one of the most important bodies of water that feed into Okanagan Lake. We took care of this area. We manage this area as best we can with nature. As the chief mentioned, this is a floodplain. We recognize that those waters that fill up this land here provide medicines down the road. They keep the land healthy for one another. And as time has gone on, as we've developed this area, we've lost those medicines. We've lost those traditional medicines that used to grow in this area. We've been pushed out of this area as Okanagan people, turned into a nice beautiful park for everybody to enjoy. But what we have to recognize is all of our responsibilities to make sure that we're caring for these lands, for this area specifically, in a good way, that we allow the waters to flood where they need to flood, so that we can create a healthy environment for these salmon and all the living resources that depend on it. Like I said, this is Syilx, which refers to the area where we come down, we go up and gather our medicines, our tools, and we come to the river's edge here, the creek's edge here, and create flint arrowheads and other spearheads and other tools that we would use. Syilx. It's a very important place for our people. It is today, it always has been, and always will be. We take pride in taking care of these lands. We take pride in working together and empowering all the citizens of this area to feel responsible for cleaning this area when they can, for helping this area when they can, and expanding this parkland so that we can create a better habitat for fish for today, fish for the future, and medicines for our future generations. So I'm really grateful that we're here. I'm grateful that we have such a nice turnout for this. As was mentioned, this is the largest fry release we've ever done in our nation. It's a momentous occasion for our people. All the staff at the ONA need to be very proud of yourself for getting us to this point for years and years and years. It's going on a couple generations now, from a vision of our chiefs of the past to this point of releasing over 2 million sockeye fry into this creek here. So I really want to hold my hands up to the ONA Fisheries Department, the ONA Communications Department, everyone there that's been getting us to this point, celebrating. I want to give thanks to all my brothers and sisters here that make sure we do this in a good way. It's one thing to do the work to revitalize the rivers and put the salmon back into these rivers and creeks, but it's another thing to do it the way that our ancestors would be proud of. So I just want to raise my hands and say limit to all you all for doing this. They travel throughout our entire territory. They've been in the Kootenays releasing salmon and sturgeon. They've been all over the place, up and down Okanagan, despite all the things that are happening. They travel and they still go back to their home communities to make sure they're looking after their people as well. So thank you very much for dedicating yourselves, your lives, and just making sure our elders are there at the same time. So with that, I'm going to say a quick prayer.
Help her down.